determined to put money back in the pockets of working people.
We made an absolute commitment in relation to not raising tax on working people.
We will not.
Starmer faces backlash. Over potential tax hike on working people, Prime Minister Keir Starmer is under mounting pressure after fresh concerns emerged over a possible tax rise on working people, despite his repeated election pledge to rule it out. Before taking office, Starmer vowed there would be no tax increases on working people, explicitly excluding rises to income tax, national insurance, and VAT. But before we get started, if you find value in what we're doing here, lend us a hand and subscribe today. Thank you for your support. However, the government is now grappling with a worsening economic crisis. A £22 billion budget shortfall identified earlier this year has reportedly ballooned to £50 billion. Chancellor Rachel Reeves has hinted that new revenue will be needed, fueling speculation that working households could face higher taxes in the autumn budget. When pressed in Parliament this week, Starmer avoided giving a direct answer, saying only that figures being circulated were not ones I recognise, and that plans would be set out later this year. Critics say this marks a stark shift from his pre-election assurances. Even traditionally sympathetic outlets like The Guardian have highlighted the potential U-turn. Opponents argue that Labour's own policy choices have deepened the economic hole, pointing to increased spending, soaring welfare costs, and what they describe as a failure to stimulate growth. Business leaders warn that further tax rises could push investment overseas, while households already face rising council tax bills and stretched public services. Supporters within Labour suggest alternative measures, such as targeted taxes on sectors like gambling, but acknowledge that these would raise only a fraction of what is needed. With unemployment at a 4-year high and public trust in politics already fragile, any move to raise income tax or similar levies could trigger widespread anger, and some warn calls for an early general election. The autumn budget now looms as a critical test of Labour's credibility and Starmer's leadership, with his promise to protect working people's pockets hanging in the balance.